Let's be honest. If you don't know who Taylor Swift is, you've probably been living under a rock. Born on a Christmas tree farm in Pennsylvania, she climbed from small-town girl to global pop icon. Her debut album, released at 16, was only the beginning. But it was her second album, Fearless, that catapulted her into superstardom. With 1989, she transformed from country sweetheart to pop queen, and the world couldn't get enough. Some critics say she isn't the best singer, yet she's sold over 200 million records. Maybe the real question is, how does someone rise so high despite the critics? It's not just about music, it's about the money too. Taylor Swift is the first musician to become a billionaire solely through her music. She's earned 14 Grammy Awards, broken countless records, and holds the title for the highest-grossing female touring act in history. Yet some claim she's more marketing than talent, a carefully crafted brand rather than an authentic artist. But here's the twist. She writes her own songs and controls every aspect of her career. Isn't that what the American dream is about? Maybe she's not just a pop star. Maybe she's the ultimate businesswoman. Critics love to dissect her voice. They'll tell you it's not as powerful as Whitney Houston's or as soulful as Aretha Franklin's. They'll say she's no Mariah Carey with vocal acrobatics. Yet her fans, Swifties, don't care. They're not looking for operatic range. They're looking for honesty. Her voice may not be extraordinary, but it's authentic, and that authenticity connects deeply. In a world full of auto-tune perfection, maybe we need more real, even if it's imperfect. Then there are her lyrics. Taylor has built a career on turning personal heartbreak into chart-topping hits. Some call it repetitive, a constant retelling of failed relationships. But isn't that what art is supposed to do? Reflect life's most vulnerable moments? Elvis sang about love. The Beatles did too. So why does Taylor get criticized for singing about heartbreak? Maybe it's not the themes that matter, but the way she delivers them. Simple, relatable, and raw. After all, when life knocks you down, isn't it comforting to know someone else has been there too? Her romantic life is a tabloid favorite. Every relationship, every breakup becomes fodder for the media. Critics accuse her of exploiting her love life for profit. But is that really so shocking? Male artists have been doing it for decades without criticism. Maybe the real issue isn't that she writes about love. It's that she does it better than most. And if her exes inspire chart-topping hits, who are we to judge? Wouldn't you turn heartbreak into a billion-dollar empire if you could? Beyond the music, Taylor Swift is a master of reinvention. She started in country, transitioned to pop, and even explored folk. Each era brings a new look, a new sound, and a fresh wave of success. Some say she plays it safe, but isn't evolving with the times the smartest move in an industry that chews up stars and spits them out? Maybe it's not about taking risks, it's about staying relevant. And Taylor has done that better than most. Her business acumen is just as impressive as her music career. Re-recording her old albums to regain ownership wasn't just a financial move. It was a statement. It sent a clear message. Control your work, control your destiny. Critics might call it a power play, but isn't that what smart business is all about? In an industry where artists are often exploited, Taylor took control. She's not just an artist. She's a CEO. And that's something young fans can admire. Her live performances are legendary. She doesn't need flashy dance routines or pyrotechnics to hold a crowd's attention. Instead, she relies on emotional connection. Fans don't just watch her, they feel with her. Performing for 3 hours without a break isn't just talent, it's dedication. In a world obsessed with instant gratification, Taylor proves that hard work and endurance still matter. Maybe that's what sets her apart. She's willing to give everything to her craft. Yet, not everyone is a fan. Some think her music is shallow, a repetitive loop of love songs with no depth. Others accuse her of being more brand than artist. But maybe that's what makes her fascinating. She's a lightning rod for both admiration and criticism. Love her or hate her, she's impossible to ignore. And isn't that the true sign of a cultural icon? Swifties, her devoted fan base, are a force to be reckoned with. They don't just listen to her music, they live it. Every lyric, every tweet, every subtle clue becomes a treasure hunt for devoted fans. Outsiders might find it obsessive, even cult-like, but for Swifties, it's a community. In a world that often feels divided, isn't it refreshing to see people united by something as simple as music? Maybe Swifties aren't just fans, they're part of something bigger. Taylor Swift isn't just a pop star, she's a cultural force. From championing LGBTQ+ rights to encouraging voter turnout, she's used her platform for more than just music. Some critics argue that celebrities should stick to entertainment, but why shouldn't she use her influence for good? In a time when so many are silent, Taylor's voice is clear. Maybe she's not just an artist, maybe she's a change maker. And isn't that what we want from our public figures? Her critics often compare her to the Kardashians, claiming she's famous for being famous. But here's the difference. Taylor's fame is built on hard work, not scandal. She didn't rise to the top on a reality show. She did it by writing songs that resonate with millions. Maybe it's time we stop questioning her fame and start asking why she stayed at the top for so long. The answer? She earned it. Social media has become Taylor's playground. She knows how to keep fans engaged with cryptic posts, surprise album drops, and carefully crafted messages. Some call it manipulative, but isn't that what makes her a savvy artist? In the age of constant content, she's mastered the art of staying relevant. Love it or hate it, you're still watching. And isn't that the ultimate goal in today's digital world? Her ability to adapt is one of the reasons she's remained so successful. She evolved from country darling to pop queen and even dipped into indie folk with Folklore and Evermore. Critics might say she plays it safe, but fans see it differently. They see an artist willing to grow, change, and experiment. Isn't that what separates the stars who fade from the legends who last? Taylor Swift has proven she's in it for the long haul. Despite all the accolades, Taylor Swift has faced her fair share of criticism. She's been called overrated, too commercial, even bland. But isn't resilience in the face of criticism what defines true success? She doesn't just weather the storm, she thrives in it. Maybe the lesson here isn't about avoiding criticism, but about rising above it. And isn't that the ultimate mark of a true icon? Her re-recording of old albums is more than a business decision. It's a symbol of artistic ownership. When her masters were sold without her consent, Taylor took matters into her own hands. She didn't just reclaim her music, she reclaimed her narrative. In an industry where artists often lose control, Taylor stood her ground. Isn't that the kind of empowerment we should be celebrating? She's not just making music, she's making history. Despite all the debates and controversies, one thing is clear. Taylor Swift has left an indelible mark on pop culture. Whether you love her or hate her, you can't deny her impact. She's the embodiment of hard work, resilience, and reinvention. In many ways, she represents the best of what the American dream promises. And maybe that's why she evokes such strong reactions. She's a reflection of both our aspirations and our doubts, that in the end, the question isn't whether Taylor Swift is overrated. The real question is why she sparks such passionate opinions. Maybe it's because she's a mirror, reflecting our hopes, dreams, and insecurities. Or maybe it's because, like all great artists, she challenges us to feel something. Anything. Love her or hate her, one thing's for sure. Taylor Swift isn't going anywhere. And that's something worth talking about.